Well, hi, welcome to BA 121B, Legal Aspects of a Small Business. My name is Sarah Holtzclaw and I will be your tour guide for the next few days. It's a short class, so we aren't together very long, but we will pack it filled with information. I want to make sure that you understand the not so fun aspects of building a business. It can be exciting to open a business, to think about being your own boss and that sort of thing, but there are some legal things that you need to talk about, that you need to consider, and that you need to walk through as you're opening and before you're opening your business. So we're going to talk about some of those subjects in general so that you know where to turn and what you need to be considering. Congratulations on the being a small business owner, or considering being a small business owner. It can be a very exciting time. So I don't want to squelch your enthusiasm, but I do want to make sure that you're successful in your business. And some of those aspects that people don't like to think about can be the downfall of that business. So I want to make sure that you are not in that ratio. As I said, my name is Sarah Holtzclaw. This class is fully online through Canvas, but you know that since you're here. It's a short class packed with lots of information. I suggest that you read the syllabus pretty in depth. There are things due during the week, of course. The first couple are due the first weekend. There's a couple things due during the week, and then there's stuff at the end of the week, the second weekend. So feel free to give me a call or to email me through Canvas or through my email. It's all on the syllabus if you have any questions. But you're graded on your discussion work. I think there are 4 different discussions, and then there's a quiz at the end and a project at the end. Each module, and there are 7 of them, has a lecture, and then they're also supported by a great number of links that support the lecture. And that's going to help you dig a little deeper into the subject matter. I suggest that you keep track of those particular links. Maybe open them up, bookmark them on your computer or such as helpful links for you to refer back to. I mean, there's everything from the small business owners to the State Department to there's just, it's a number. Every lecture has a number of them, so it's hard to talk about here, but you can dig deeper into each of the subject matters through those links and videos. Again, the course is intended to be an overview. Every situation, every small business is very similar and very different, depending on the type of product or service that you're selling, where you are, and that sort of thing. Whether or not you're going to have a lot of employees, how you're setting your business up. So there are general subjects that we can go through, but every situation is different. So I would suggest that you, as you are going through these, keep track of those particular items that you feel will be critical to the success of your business. And in fact, at the end of the week, I want you to be able to tell me what those things are and how you're going to go about finding out more information and what you think you're going to need for your particular business. But I have to tell you that this course is intended to be an overview. There's no legal advice given. I don't pretend to be a lawyer, and I don't pretend to be an accountant. I don't pretend to be an HR specialist. I'm very good at giving you that general overview. But if you need any more very specific information, then some of those links will give it to you, but I would suggest that you obtain professional counsel, whether it's a real estate agent, a lawyer, an accountant, an HR professional, that sort of thing. As I said, there's links, there's videos, there's handouts, there's all sorts of stuff that you should use as your reference. This is not, the links there are not exhaustive. You may find some on your own. In fact, if you find really good ones, I would appreciate it if you would actually send them to me so I can include them on the list. I'm always trying to improve the class. So if you find something, please let me know. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that we are going to talk about. We have 7 modules, as I said. They cover the topics that you see here in one form or another. Some of the modules cover a couple of these topics, but we're going to talk about over the course of these days together, we're going to talk about building and your own business from the ground up, or whether or not you should actually think about buying a franchise or buying an existing business. There are pros and cons of each one, so we're going to go through those. We're also going to go through the pros and cons of different forms of businesses, and that means like owning your own, being a sole proprietor, or going in with a buddy or somebody else that is complementary in their skills in a partnership, or if you should actually incorporate it as a corporation or an entity or even a limited liability corporation. We're going to talk about all those different kinds of forms. We're going to talk about the pros and cons and why you might think about one versus the other. Then we get into some hiring issues. There's a difference between an independent contractor and an employee, so we're going to talk about those differences and why you need to care about that and who else is going to care that you care. Then we start getting into licenses, fees, zoning, permits. It all depends on whether or not where you're going to put your business, whether or not you're going to have a brick and mortar, or if it's a fully online business. All of that is determined and can make these fees and permits and things different. So depending on whether or not you're going to locate in Fremont versus Newark or Pleasanton or San Francisco, it all is different. So you want to know where to turn for those. Then we talk about insurance and taxes. In one of the modules, we talk about leases and contracts and some of the things that you should be considering when you are looking at those leases and contracts. And then at the end of the course, we talk about intellectual property and trademarks and copyrights and such, and making sure that you protect yourself as well as understand whether or not there are existing copyrights and trademarks for things that you're wanting to do. Okay, so the last slide here in the introduction is just to talk about what is due during the week that we are together, or the few days that we are together. There are 6 different things due. You can see that point system that we've put together. It all equals 100 points. You got an introduction that's due at the beginning of the course, and then during the week you have some other forums that you need to talk about and share with the rest of the class. At the end of the course, there's a quiz, and then there's a final project, a legal aspect outline that is specific to your business. So with that, I'll close this particular video and lecture and let you get on with the course. And I look forward to hearing from you and hearing about your ideas and the different things that you think you might encounter. Congratulations again, and good luck in the course.